Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're supposed to be looking at a few things, right? A few things that make someone very, very profitable. It's not about, knowing a few things that people already know. Because you go to Twitter, people are doing the same thing, right? So sometimes that thing will not work, and why does it not work? Those are the things I always try to ask myself. Do you understand? And I've been able to, through study, right, just filter, be able to filter the noise, right? I'm able to filter the noise, and from what really makes you make more money in the market, right? So this what I want to focus on today. I'm focus on those simple things. What the fuck? Sorry guys, come on. So the first thing I just sent a trade checklist or something, right, for setups, and how I build every setup. And every setup has to follow that those checklists, right? It's like a CV or something. So the first thing on that list is bias, right? Higher time frame bias. I need to know that, okay, from the weekly, I need to know that, okay, where would market most likely end up at? Where would from this position, where would the market most likely end up at? That's one of my most important things I need to take off. If I can't see that thing, if I can't see from the higher time frame, I really don't want to engage in that asset. I don't know if you guys are getting me. I don't want to engage in that asset. Now, this is GPGPY. This is an example. GPGPY now, yeah. Looking at GPGPY, yeah, at this point, what can I see at this point? So I can see that, okay, we are very, very bullish, right? Market has come into what? A fair value gap. This is a fair value gap, right? We've tapped this key level. Sorry. We've tapped this key level. Look. We have weekly rejection from here, right? We have a sweep. So there's a possibility that I can do what we can get buys back to this high at the very least. So all I was doing throughout on GG was just buys using the what higher time frame bias. So anything that's happening here that is showing me possible sales, I don't really care until the market pushes back on the lower time frames back into that original bias. Right, back into that original bias. Now, how do I not build? How do when I have my bias like this from the higher time frame? How do I build setups? How do I get trades? How do I get entries? How do I do these things? These are the most important things too, right? Now, the first thing I do, there are two types of things I look at. Once I have my bias, I ask myself, do I have like a signal, right? And I use two signals. I told this to my students yesterday night. The same thing I'm telling you. The two signals that I use, I've been saying it every time. We have the what? We have the engulfing. We have the engulfing, and we have the what? We have candle range. Now, both of them must have what? A sweep of liquidity. I'm talking from the higher time frame perspective because most guys are like, how do I put it? So, some start that I'll see. Right, I will know that this person just did 4 hour breakout, 2 hour rejection, blah 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 blah, and they got the trade. They don't really know why this trade actually played out. Apart from if you ask them, they'll show you some breakouts on their time frame, lower time frame. But any setup that has higher time frame backing, that okay, the monthly is saying we are buying. I'm zooming out. The monthly is saying we are buying.
Like the guy, like your good girl line.
Who is this one now?
Get
If
truck.
the monthly is saying we are going to buy to this high, right? All I'm looking for is how to build that bias in that direction. And once I see bias in that direction, I'm going to do what? I'm going to execute. I'm going to keep what? Executing until that bias is what? Completed on the time frame. That is the juice, honestly. That is the juice. So, like I said now, the if I ask myself, okay, Stanley, do we have an higher time frame, a signal, forget the higher time frame, a signal on that higher time frame, right? I'm looking out for the engulfing, I'm looking out for the candle range. So the engulfing goes like this. Please mute yourself, you're coming in. Thank you. Try to like zoom. Telegram just mute everybody directly. What I'm doing so. This one is right. When I have something like this here, is a bullish engulfing. So I know, okay, I'm looking for price to get come somewhere around here, right? Give me a pattern on the lower time frame, and I buy to this high, and my price is completed, right? So something like that, and vice versa. So the vice versa is basically you have your bullish candle, and you have your engulfing, then you have your wicks. Something like this. So when I have something like this here, I know, okay, this is my engulfing, I'm trying to call this. So for the candle range, this is very simple. You know, normal CLT, yeah? Where you have your um, now this is one you guys know most of the time. All right. So this should be bullish. So let's say I have something like this now, and I'm building my bias with this, right? So I've determined my the color of this to red, right? Something like this. So when I have this stuff here, I don't know where I want to buy, I want to sell from, right? So let's pick an example. Let's use the GPGP one now. So what do we have here now? We have this right here. We have this one. This is what we have here, right? Sorry. We have it right here. So what do I do? The first thing I do, right, is I tell my students this first thing you do, number one, you always mark out your apex levels. And what's the apex level here? This key level right here. I don't know what the key level is. That's the key level, the V shape. I mark it out, right? I also mark out any key level I can see inside that engulfing candle or your enclosing candle, the candle two. For every engulfing or every CLT, you have candle one and the candle two. So the candle one is basically the range you're using. The candle two is one that will sweep the previous candle. So that candle two, is there any key level you can see inside this to the left hand side? I cannot see any key level here, right? So what do? I just mark out that level, wait for price to go on the daily time frame to that level. Now, what kind of plan pattern am I planning to play here? I'm trying to play the something called trading range. Trading range. This is why most of you guys have missed entries, a lot of missed entries, because you cannot identify properly what your trading range is. Now, what is my trading range? My trading range is basically where price is going to execute from, the execution zone, right? So a range, you guys know what a range is. A range always has what? Always has your externals and your internals. So any liquidity is here is your internal range liquidity, right? And these are your external. This is your external. So for my diagram, but you get my point. So this is your range. So anything inside, any liquidity inside is your internal range liquidity. The external is your external range liquidity, right? So to identify your trading range, if you identify your trading range badly, you're going to have one. You might have a stop loss, and the market will go in your preferred direction later, or you're going to have what miss entry. So identify your trading range is most important, and this is usually part of storyline where people actually miss, right? Where people actually miss. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I've had like 8 trades, and I have like only like 2 stop loss, and those stop loss if my own fault, right? Where I've like identify the bias itself, but overall, I've always been very consistent when it comes to my bias, and once my bias is right, okay, market wants to buy or market wants to sell, and I identify my trade range properly, that trade will always be a banger. Will always be what a banger. So now back to what I'm saying on GPJP right here. So right here now, mind you, see where I'm coming from. This is the weekly time frame. So this line right here, let me double it. Increase the pixel. Let me use it 3x. So that level right there, you can see that in the daily time frame. All I'm doing in the next time frame, right? I call this breaker type 2. What's called to breaker type? Papa is very, very easy to learn. To the type 2, I go to the next time frame. I don't want to finish this in one class, but come do it in one class. I go to the next time frame, right? The next time frame, let's say your bias now was from the daily. You're using the daily now to be your bias. You saw your pattern on the daily, blah, 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 blah. You identify your bias on the daily, right? On that daily, you mark out your daily levels. What do you now do? The next step is to go to the 4 hours. To do what? To wait for a rejection on that daily level. It must come back to that daily level. New fresh rejection. and then a breakout, reject and a breakout above any A shape or any V shape to the left hand side. Do you get any A shape or any V shape to the what? Left hand side. So that's how I basically cook my bias. So in this case now, we're dealing with what? Weekly and daily. So what do I need to do now? I need price to come back to this line, to this area, to this line, right? This line specifically. This. I need price to come back to that weekly level, right? And give me a break out. You can see the bias is still far. This is why patience is very, very important. This is, if you check my trading this thing, I don't usually trade one pair multiple times every week. I'm trading GPJPY because of what I know that to get quality setups is really hard, especially using storyline. So I prefer to trade like I have a watch list of like 10 to 12 pairs that I watch. I think GU, EU, AUD, USD, UJ, GJ, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what again? I think that is all. And I look at other some pairs. One of the time, can you guys I trade them all CHF the other day to multiple positions. That multiple positions because of the confidence I have in my system to do that. What breaker type 2 is very, very easy. So anyway, let's go to GJ now. GJ has tapped that weekly level. We now have a breakout. Right? And for me now, I know that this low is now what? A strong low. Is it strong low, protected low, anything you want to call it. So any buy I'm buying right now, if I want to now buy here, I need to ask myself, okay, Stanley, what is your trading range? Stanley, what is your trading range? For me now, my trading range now will be from here to here. I'm looking for what buys inside this area. I'm looking for buys inside what? Inside that area. And I can say, okay, you can mark out your internal range liquidity, you can mark out your external range liquidity, and that is all I'm looking out for. Right? That's what I'm looking out for. That's how patient you have to be. Now, market has come to this level, and one of my students actually triggered it from this level. I told him stop loss has to be wide, which was wide, no problem. Right? This is what? This is a fair value gap. We are following the bias, mind you. Don't forget, we are following the what? We are following the bias. Listen to take. We are following the what? We are following the bias. We are following the bias. So this is a fair value gap. Now, what has market done now here? What has market done here? Market has basically what? Triggered a daily level and giving us what? An engulfing. Can you guys remember the engulfing I showed you guys already? Market must what? Must sweep the previous candle and close above the body. So at the least, I'm expecting price to buy to this area. This should be my first execution. Right? That would be my first execution. I cannot go to the 4 hours time frame. Now I'm building with the daily now, yeah. So we have a daily signal. The next thing I'm looking out for, once I see this signal, I'm looking at for breaker type 1. What is breaker type 1? Breaker type 1 simply says, right, once you see your pattern, you want to have what? A structural confirmation. You want to have a structural confirmation. So if the reason why I prefer breaker type 1 basically because it's very easy to see. This is number 1, you guys know. But breaker type 2, sometimes there you have breaker type 1 to confirm the bias. You're waiting for price to come back here to buy this zone. And then you see that market will do what? Most of the time market will just come around here, tap one daily level, give us your type 2 breakout, and then start moving. And then you wonder, you missed entry. What's happening? I will show you many examples today. Don't worry, guys. I'll show you many examples today of the recent price action. Even GBP 225 yesterday, by the buys, I caught it too. I'll explain the buys to you. Now we've gotten this, yeah, we'll go to the 4-hour time frame now. What does the 4-hour time frame says? We have a what? We have a type 1 breakout, right? With type 1 breakout, which is very, very nice. So now our trade range has been what? Has been established, right? So we can ask, okay, this is our what? Strong, this is basically where your stop loss should be. Anybody you want to take, that is your invalidation point, right? That is your invalidation point. You cannot come inside this zone. What are you didn't take at that low? Can I come into this zone, buy multiple entries, right? There's only another pattern right here that you can use to buy again. So, and from there, what you can see, it didn't take at that low. What? It didn't take at that low. There's a reason that low is protected, right? That's basically where stop loss should be. So, you guys remember, I waited properly. I didn't execute from this zone, right? I didn't execute from this zone, but I waited properly for market to give us this. Sorry, to give us this on the daily, and I think we had the missed entry, I believe. What do you have? You have a CLT, right? What we CLT after this sweep of this low, we have we close inside. This is a CLT. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I remember sending you guys this buy entry. I was waiting for price to come in here again to use this QM. If you don't know what QM is, go and look at my most recent YouTube video. I explained entries and everything. The market just left us and moved up. Now I explain this what happened here. That market pumped from here. I'll explain it now. Now, what did the market do there? What did the market do there? Now, at this point here, what do we have at this point? We have what? We have this candle right here. Very, very nice. But if you look closely, we have this. Where is it? Okay, we have this. One. This candle closed above this key level here. This open close key level here. We also have this right here. Two. Right. So these two levels can give us what? There's always third level. These three levels can give us what? Breakout type 2. So these are daily levels. Can I go to the 4-hour time frame and wait for what? Breakout type 2. Rejection. We have a break. This is not my trading range. This low to this high. Nothing concern me again with all these things I see here. You guys get. Not concern me again with that. So when my balance is right on the higher time frame, the lower time frame has broken out, everything's flowing. You can see step by step. I'm starting from the weekly to the daily to the 4 hours. Now the 4 hours are giving us this breakout now. All I need to do is just go to the 2-hour time frame and see, okay, I can buy from here now. Let's buy from here. Right? This should be what? Easy move. And this, what I tell you guys, this should be your stop loss, right? Good. Boom. And then we have what? Rejection from that level, breakout to the upside. This is another buy zone. Stop loss should be here again. And you move again. Straight up. Now your first target, obviously, will be met here. First entry, second entry, TP smashed. You guys see how the way we are building the bias. So for first entry was more around here. Stop loss will be here, obviously. And that is basically how the progression. Not just coming out. So I want to use this one-on-one level. I want to use this thing. Why are you looking at that level? What is the backing that you have that, okay, this level would hold? That's why it's called what? Higher time frame bias. This is like me. I would actually tell you guys to trade more than one pair. That is the most effective way to cure over trading. If you're someone that is suffering over trading, I will not say you go and trade one pair. Also go one key because go down there that one pair, you're going to see different things. You're going to go 15 minutes time frame. But if you are trading like you have a basket of instruments that you are trading, right? Not too much, not like 25, 30, no. Just something that you have studied properly, right? That you have studied with real data, back testing, forward testing, and everything, right? And then you sit down with these pairs, 6 pairs, 10 pairs, 11, maximum 12, right? You sit down with these pairs, you repeat this thing. Because having higher time frame bias is not every pair or every time a certain pair will give you that. So you just go to your weekly time frame, look at the one that's giving you, or your monthly, which look at the one that's giving you the best opportunities that you can work with. And then you come to the chart the next week, the next 2 weeks, and just be very, very patient. Wait for the storyline to build itself. If you're starting from the monthly, look at the weekly. Okay, the weekly give me what I want to see. Okay, give me build with that. Right, build with that. And look at let's look at the weekly now. So the daily, let me just clear this now. Sorry. Now the weekly chart, the weekly stuff has been cleared, right? Has been cleared. So you can see we have started a new bias from here. I'm not taking this trade. I'm not taking a trade here. Yes. There's a trade here. Let me just try to find it. I'm coming. Okay, this is a trade. But I think I took Erojepo instead. Took Erojepo instead. Now what is the idea behind this now? Basically, you know our time frame bias now. So self liquidity will start into this level. Who is this person that is not meeting itself now? Every time the same person. I'll remove you. So we have weekly rejection from that level, right? On the daily, what do we have on the daily? Daily went back to that. What closely? What kind of breakout is this? I'm coming in. This is the weekly level, right? You go to a daily time frame. You can see it's tapped that weekly level again, right? And then we had what's a breakout. What kind of breakout is this? This is type 2. Okay, that is type 2. Can you build from the 4 hours and everything from here? It's possible. Let's see the 4 hours. God bless trading. Now, what did the 4 hours do? What did the 4 hours do? What is so important? What is so this thing that the 4 hours did here? Let's take price back. I didn't see this because I was busy trading EOG. You guys know I took EOG buys now. I was busy trading EOG buy, but DJ gave us the same thing. Now this was how the daily closed. What I tell you now, you have your buyers. You all need to market your daily levels. Finish. That's all you need to do, and just wait for price to get to any one of them and give you a breakout on the 4 hours. That is if you're using daily. If you're using weekly, you wait for what to break out on the daily. If you're using monthly, you wait for a breakout on the weekly. If you're using 4 hours, wait for a breakout on the 1 hour. So anyone thoughts 1 hour, 2 hours, when anyone works. Do you get? So now we've marked out. These are our 3 levels now. Now this first one is actually very, very important. Why? Because it has sponsored sales already to the downside. So that level is of high importance, right? Good. So go to the 4 hours. What do you see on the 4 hours time frame? Right? What do you see on the 4 hours time frame? Market taps this level and gives us a break above. This is a breakout above. It closed above this key level. If you know what that means, let me just show you on the line chart. Can you see it closes as a breakout? So rejection plus breakout, type 2 breakout. Instantly, what I tell you again, where will be your stop loss? You know where your stop loss should be. Do not negotiate with the stop loss. I'm telling you. Because sometimes market, you know what I'm saying. Look for your buy inside this area. That's basically it. Right? Look for buy inside. You can go to the 2 hours time frame. Look for entry. 1 hour time. Look for entry. Let's use 1 hour. I think that was entry on the 1 hour. Yes, entry on the 1. This is your entry on the 1 hour. That's your entry. This is your stop loss. Something like this. Sharp. 15 pip stop. Right? And you ride the wave. Do you get? Can you see the same buyers that were following from how many weeks ago? Many days ago, rather. How many weeks ago? They were still following. You were still using that same buyers. What if I'm just coming to chat on the 4 hour time frame, looking at there's a sweep of liquidity here. There's some trend. There's a sweep of liquidity here. Markets will sell from here now. Markets will not come here, sell small, come back to your break even or give you stop loss. And there's something there's sweep here. Let me try and sell stop loss. You find out you not get small buy, small sell. But what you're not seeing convictions to know that okay, market might sell down. Maybe market drop small, come back again. Because it's come back many times. You will not do what? You will not close early. But there's no real conviction what you are trading. That's just my point. That's just the point. Me, I like to what follow higher time frame, but that's why I'm actually bullish on what? On silver. I'm bullish on gold because of what? Of higher time frame buyers. I can have losses here and there, obviously. Yeah, maybe I pick the wrong trade range to work with, this and that. Yes, that one can happen. But in the long run, if all your trades are following higher time frame buyers, you have no problem in trading. That's just my own this thing. You don't need to pay for mentorship, you don't need to pay for anything. Just take my word for it. Right? I don't do the work for now, no worry. If you're an SLK trader, like you trade key levels, you trade MS and R, no problem. Follow this type of breakouts, type 1 breakout, type 2 breakout, higher time frame buyers. You'll be good. Let's look at some other this thing again. Let's leave GJ. GJ don't work. Now the bias has been completed. Let's see the weekly. Yeah, we've taken out that weekly. Yeah, very, very nice. Completed. We're done with GJ. Right? Wait for another bias. Right? So let's look at I was looking at I took go in Bitcoin. Let me explain this. I explained this trade before. On BTC. Right? So we have this is a buy POI. Obviously, it's a buy POI. Right? So inside this buy POI, we have this daily right here. Just explain this right here. So on the daily time frame, just try and explain this one. On the daily time frame, we have this sell pattern, right? This sell pattern. So there are two trades that week on BTC, right? But watch closely. Where's price coming from? Price is coming from what a weekly level, right? So inside this monthly POI. So I was very, very cautious about this stuff, but everything still works. Everything still works. And the sell CLT pattern has played out. See for the eye, take out the low. We have completed it, the sell. This. So there's no more sell. Like, okay, market could see sell again. No. And market went to that weekly level. You can see no breakout. It was rejecting. It was what? It was rejecting from this one, from this one, from the two of them. The open close and this thing. So I went to the daily. Now on the daily, we entered this fair value gap. Right? This is a good recipe for me to look for sales, honestly. This if you go to the 4 hours time frame, what did you see in the 4 hours time frame? We have what breakout type. Type what? Type 1. Go to here. We're good to go. Go back to your this thing. Where's your internal range? That's all you need to ask yourself. It's my internal range. Anywhere above internal range, you are good to go. You are anywhere above internal range, you are good to go. Let me just pick this level because this level sponsored sales already. There's also sales here, it's also some buys here. So boom, stop loss. You know the target, the previous low. So this is a 4-hour trade. Triggered, dump. We are good to go. We are done with this sell. So let me just show you the daily time frame from my own point of view now. So this is a daily level, right? Don't forget the weekly level that was around here. So what is the level now? We have what daily rejecting daily, right? We completed the sell target already. We're done with sell target. We've taken it out already as a bar. You go to the 4 hours time frame. We're having what daily rejection. Do we have 4-hour breakouts? Not yet. We don't have type 1 breakouts yet. The next candle gives us a breakout, type 1. Bias is good, bias is okay. Where do I tell you guys to sell, to buy, to trade from? When you're from that YouTube video, I told you guys what? Apex level or QM. If you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. Apex level or QM. Now, I'm greedy. I like big risk reward. This is what affects me sometimes. So I put my entry here. But on trading view, I put it I put it here. But if I put it here, I was like, it was come here now. That's what I told my guys, it was come here. And I targeted this eye. So usually 6 hour trade. Do you get? This was my own entry. But when price market came into the main area and gave me a rejection, this was it was rejecting the what? The first area. Even though as it come here, I was seeing it too, but I didn't enter. I was still like, it was tap the other level, Jared. It was tap the other level. That's from my mind. So we have what? 4 hours rejecting 4 hours. But yeah, we break out to the upside. This is another what? Another trading range. This is basically how trading needs to be. It's very, very simple. You don't need to complicate it. Just pick the pace you're going to be trading and just wait for your buyers to play from the higher time frame and follow it on the lower time frames. I don't go that low. I do go as low as 1 hour sometimes because if I have my 4 hours set up already, markets might want to do 4 hours, 1 hour breakout, and give me also what a new trading range. Now in this case, now I say okay, this is what market wants to do. Market want to do market want to do me why I went straight to the 1 hour time frame. We already have what 4 hour rejection, 4 hour breakout, right? So, and can you confirm? We also have what 1 hour breakout. We also had what 1 hour breakout. This everything is looking very good. Now this is when I need to follow what I was saying from that video. I told you guys what Apex again or QM. On this time, I use my what QM. I use my QM. Stop loss here. Please do not neglect your stop loss. So, voila, my deal. Yeah, so the 6 hour trade, very very nice. If you use 20 on this trade, you're making 120, like pure profit, pure profit. That's if you are as you are using like $20, you're using like 200, making one two, easy profit. Now you trigger this thing. Funny enough, he can't come the apex for this one. He can't come the apex for this one. But all is good. All is good. Went up. Sorry. Play. Came back again and what? Full TP. The same thing over and over and over again, right? The same thing over and over again. So back to today's Bitcoin now. Now I told you guys we're looking for buys on BTC, right? You guys are looking for buys on BTC.
Please, can you come again without 1 hour entry? Sorry.
But you want to entry? Okay, so. You do me again. So we had 4 hours mitigation from here, from the QM level. We also had 4 hour breakouts. Can you agree? Can you agree with this?
Yes.
Okay. We'll now go to the 1 hour. I told you guys that your primary time frame and your secondary time frame. So if you're using weekly, you go to daily to see your breakout. If you're using daily, you go to 4 hours. If you're using 4 hours, you go to what? 1 hour. So in the 1 hours, we have what? We have our breakout confirmed. Bam. So this is good for us for us to play. And for you to enter, once your trading range has been confirmed, that means from this low to this high has been confirmed, where do you enter from? QM or Apex. So where's your QM? Here. And that is your entry. This is your internal range liquidity. That's basically what I use. This must. Do you understand now?
The
Now
guy that
that's
asked the guy that asked the question is not
I
even.
understand. I understand. Thank you very much.
okay. That's why trading is very important. Most traders now for this buy, they were busy waiting for market to come in here. The normal what sweep of liquidity. So the normal sweep of liquidity here, right? Inducement, because structure, this would be a mad zone for them to buy from. Markets just keep leaving them. Market just kept leaving them. And if you watch closely from the 4 hours, what do we have here? We have what? 4 hours mitigation, 4 hours break. So definitely this become what's internal range liquidity. And this was another re-entry for me to take on BTC that day. But I didn't see it on time. I don't like looking at my charts when market not move properly. So this was another buying trade again that I could have taken with my stop loss being being here. This is where the range started from litigation breakout. That could have been under what? Under re-entry. This one was giving me 9 hour. Crazy profit. The first one gave me 6 hour, I think. And this one was giving me 9 hour. Following your bias is very, very important. And most people just come and say, "Oh, Stanley," because I think somebody posted this on TikTok, TikTok, on X, Twitter. What's it called? Daily rejecting daily, right? 4 hours breakout, which is good, which is true, right? Now, this will lead us to something, me saying something now. If you want to play this, please work with your trading range. Work with your trading range. Now, what's the trading range? Trading range is very, very simple. You have what? You have a sweep, you have a range high, you have a range low. Let's say market sweeps, creates a range low, range high. This one like this, right? Market sweeps the range high, break structure inside, right? The range low is next. So for this now, this will have been okay if the market, I've said it before on a previous stream, if this market rare close below this level, then we'll add what? Range range high, range low, and a break or structure. This is a complete break or structure. Then this would have been a probably what? High probability sell setup to this low. Instead, we got a rejection from here and a breakout following the higher time frame bias. You get so. So today now, let's look at Bitcoin. That's why I was waiting for Bitcoin. Now we can buy Bitcoin now, right? So looking at Bitcoin now, I give you guys some assignments on the group, Printers University students, on what Bitcoin. It should build Bitcoin buyers for me. I don't think anybody got it. I'm not sure. I'm not going through them, sure. I went through one. What do we have here? We have our mitigation. Now, the reason why I cancelled, if you guys remember, I sent you guys a free signal on the Telegram channel. I sent you guys a free signal on the Telegram channel, right here. Because I knew that this CLT will not play out. I know called the trading range. We have this called the trading range. High, low, breakout. So I knew that it's not play out. Go and study CLT play properly. You know when and when it will not play out. So many people lost money on the CLT sell, but I knew it's going to do this thing. So I tell you guys to cancel the buy. I sent the buy entry around here. Every time I work with, it's the same thing I preach about. So when I score this daily rejection, right, I got my breakouts. This was free money. I told you guys to buy from me because it was where I was buying from. But the logical area to buy from was, the QM. But that one is gone now, right? So why did I tell you guys to cancel the trade? Because what? The way the daily candle closed that day. So this is where the daily candle closed. It didn't close as an engulfing. Where is it itself? It didn't close as an engulfing. See, there was no breakout. It didn't close as an engulfing, and we saw the previous what's it called? The previous liquidity, daily liquidity. So the next day, which was yesterday, right, gave us what? A breakout. So we now have what? Daily rejecting daily, right? Daily breakout. For me now, this is a trading range that I can work with. But where's your internal range liquidity from here now that I can see? This is my internal range liquidity. This is all I do. I'm not kidding you. This is all I do. I'm waiting for price to come in now. Take that buy now is not valid. I can take that buy now. Because I already have my confirmation for this thing. I cannot take this buy now. Do you see the difference? I'm not looking for any buy inside here, no. If it comes around there, I might take it. But that's the prime area to work with is anywhere below this internal liquidity. So if market comes here, no problem. If market comes here, no problem. I can take it directly from there. Boom. So on the 4 hours time frame, it looks like this. So anywhere below this works for me. I was just wait for BTC to just dump. We'll continue the buy to the upside. Do you understand? So that's basically the power of work of knowing what was the word self? Of knowing how to build your bias properly, right? It's very, very important. Once you build your bias properly, you can follow it, right? Follow it using your type 1, type 2 breakout. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. We'll spend like 1 hour already. So let's look at some examples again. So there was a bit US 30 buy. US 30 buy. We'll go to US 30 buy. We're talking about GPY 225. There was a clear buy yesterday. Very fucking clear buy yesterday. Right. So this US 30 here. What do you see here? I see a sweep of liquidity weekly. We complete the sell range. No problem. Now what can you guys see again? I can see what? An engulfing. Right? This is an engulfing pattern. So we can target what? These are target areas. Right? Very, very good. So these are 2 target areas that we can target. And do we have a trading range inside? Let's go to the daily now. Do you have a break construction on the daily time frame? Yes, we do. Go to your line chart. Perfect. What can you see on the line chart? This is what our time frame bias is confirmed. I'm looking for what only buys. Do you see the difference? I'm not working on this, that. No. Do you understand? Okay, now we have this now. We had the breakout. We had the breakout here on Wednesday to confirm the bias. Markets came in. What do you do? What do you do here? You just mark out your levels, right? Mark your levels. There's one here. There's one here. And if you can look closely, is a favorable gap. So I think this one went to here, right here. So we had market went to these levels right there, and we had daily rejecting daily, right? Do we have a forward breakouts? Type 2. Do we have type 2 breakouts? No, we don't. Right? So we come in now. These are the daily levels that we have, no problem. Market creates This is a key level right here. Right. Okay, goes to daily level, rejection, will breakout, right? Trading range is now confirmed. I now want to work with this. Go to your line chart. Let me just show you. Right? Can you see the breakout? So I now want to work with this. I can just say, you know what? I can just play from the QM. Easy. Simple buys. No stress. Right. Okay, this one has been occupied. I can play with this one. No problem. Triggered and moving. Right. We've taken out these areas. From this area now, you guys should give you mad profits. And I was even wrote re-entry. Go back a little bit. There's only re-entry after these 4 hours from here. 4 hours type to break out again. Enter from here. You buy. Right? Take your profits. Go away. Now, this zone is still go right. You guys know where your stop loss should be now. That zone is still okay. And we pump to the upside. That was it completed. Simple stuff. So far you know how to mark out your trading range. You'll be good. That is my own this thing. That's my own point. You'll be fucking good. You'll be okay. Let's look at JPE 225. All these are from the previous week. This is JP 225 now, yeah. On this was which day was this? JP 225. We were looking for buys. Go to the weekly time frame. Share, look at the weekly time frame. Just clear everything out. Look at the weekly time frame. What do you see here? The previous week. And these are all free money, guy. These are all free money. So bullish. Market came in, took out this internal range liquidity. Right, tap into a weekly level. At that weekly level, we have a sweep, we have a close inside engulfing pattern. So at target, these are good areas to target. Good areas to target. One of my guys chopped this one last week. Very, very clean. This thing. Now for that weekly, sorry, go back. From that weekly, what do I tell you guys to do? Look out for what? If you have type 1 or type 2 breakouts, right? So for the type 1, just go to your daily time frame and do you have a structural breakout? Sorry. Do you have a structural breakout? Yes, we do, right? Go for breakouts, right? Let's type 1 breakout. So sorry. This thing. Mine's gonna tell me. Now what do we have here now? Market has triggered a daily level. The daily level. Triggered it on this Monday, right? Engulfing inside, right? You go to your 4 hours time frame. Good. So this should be your trading zone. This open close right there. Trading zone. Triggered profit. Bye. Smashed audio target. Now we came in the previous this Wednesday. Entry and entry on Thursday. Okay. Entry on Friday, yesterday. How I just build this entry on Friday. So this is Friday now. Oh. What the fuck? Okay. So this is Thursday. How did Thursday close? Thursday closed like this. Thursday closed like this. So what do we have here? So basically, Wednesday closed like this as a breakout, confirming your what a trading our range. So we have our trading range. We have what a soup of a range play. Sorry, soup of liquidity, break of structure inside. So we're targeting basically focus there's target to the upside. There's possible. There's a possible target to the upside. With this as a major POI later on in the future. So, anyways, we have a what breakout right here. Abby, breakout right there, no problem. What do you see? We wait for markets to reject from that level. Now, market reject from level on Thursday. So on Thursday, I asked myself, okay, Stanley, what do we have? Do we have a type 2 breakout? No, we don't. There's also on that level. Yes, this level right here. This level right here. Now this level is of great importance. So why? This level has sent price down before, sent price up before. This is what it is, a plug and play level, right? This is a plug and play level. So market can actually use these levels the next day. Watch and learn something. Now this is the previous what? The previous A shape. Now what does type 2 says? We trigger the daily an higher time frame level, and we do what? Are we what? The next time frame breakout. Bam. Is that criteria fulfilled or not? Certified. It's certified now. We look for what? Buy entries. Your first entry level should be what? Should be here. Now my mistake was that I was buying from here. I wanted big, you guys. I told you guys I wanted to bought big risk reward. But anyways, I missed that entry. Now we now have what? 4 hours rejecting 4 hours. We have what? 4 hours rejecting what? 4 hours. I go to the 1 hour time to ask myself, Stanley, do we have a what? A type 1 breakout? Do we have what? A type 1 breakout? And watch closely. Some of you will say yes. And I'll ask you why you saying yes. You point this into me now. You point here to me. You're wrong. Why are you wrong? Let's go back. Before this market went to this 4 hour level, what is the key level you can see to the left hand side the market needs to break? Is this one? Abby? Is this one, Abby? On the 1 hour time frame. Good. Price goes to that level. Has it broken it? No. Price goes back to that level. Has it broken it? No. Now, markets closing above this level, for you to satisfy that type 2 breakout, this thing, it needs to come back again and close above it. Did it do that here? No. No, Abby? Good. Did you do that? No. So I cannot, me personally, I cannot do what? I cannot classify this as what? As a type 2 breakout. Now most persons do that, but me, I cannot classify it as a type 2 breakout. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? The only reason why I'll classify this as a type 2 breakout is this. This is why I count it as a type 2 breakout. You guys not get why this was a type 2 breakout. Because we had what? A 4 rejection and a 4 hour breakout. But if you are going by the 1 hour, if you're going by the 1 hour, the condition is not what is not satisfied. You can look for your 1 hour entry, maybe use below your internal range. You can buy around here. Obviously, this is your stop loss. Market should not go below that, right? And that one actually worked perfectly. So please know the difference and know when you're actually doing something. Because if this was the only thing that you are looking at, then I will tell you, someone this might student tell me that, okay, Stanley, this is basically what I'm buying GP225, right? Time to break out, and they show me this on 1 hour only. That is wrong. That even if your TP smash heaven and earth, I don't give a fuck. It is wrong. Do you understand? So please, if you are trying to build your trading range, it is very important that you have your rejection and your breakout to the upside. That must be satisfied, and then you continue it in line with your what? In line with your what's it called? In line with your higher time frame buyers. So does anybody have any question right now? Does anybody have any question right now? Okay, Mr. Call me sir. I don't know your name. You answer up. You answer up, Mr. Commissar.
Yeah, good,
Yeah.
good afternoon.
How you doing now?
I'm fine, Chief. I trust you're doing fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I wanted to ask a question in regards to US 30 that you explained. There was this I don't know if you go back to it, but I forgot the question, but I know that it was on US 30, where there was a 4-hour breakout, but he said it was not valid. Like looking at it,
Breaker. I'm doing breaker. Breaker. Okay. Okay.
breakout,
Okay. Before I break out. Okay.
yeah, somewhere, and he said it was not valid. So I've forgotten. I know it was on US 30.
Oh yes, I remember it when I said it. It was a mistake. It was valid. It was valid. It was valid. It was valid. Sorry. This one.
Ye- ye-
Yeah. So it's
This
valid.
one, yes, yes, that one, yes.
It's valid. It's valid. It's valid. I made a mistake there.
Uh,
Sorry. I made a mistake there.
okay,
I I meant to come back to clarify that because this third
okay,
candle, yeah, it's valid. The third candle
okay,
tap that daily level and close below above the distance, so it's valid. So this is
okay,
a, a good trading range for you. So look for entries. Yes,
okay, sir.
yes, right, right.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Any other
Then
question? Okay.
Then also, on this last pair you just talked about, I don't know this pair is their name. And this last
JP225.
one, yeah, JP225.
Okay.
I want to understand, is it like when you're on 4 hour, you should see like that structural breakout on 4 hour, and when you're on 1 hour, you should see that structural breakout on
No,
one hour. Like you should not try.
the normal procedure. Normal
Okay,
procedure is
sir.
that let's say you're on the 4 hours now. Your 4 hours is your primary time frame. Assuming that means your secondary time frame is your 1 hour. If I see my rejection plus my breakout on the 4 hours, I am good to go.
Yeah.
But the normal thing is that you want to the normal this thing that you want to see your rejection or your mitigation on the 4 hours and your breakout on the 1 hour. Do you get my point here? Following in that your
Sorry,
bias.
sorry, I'm not really good with all these trading terminologies. What exactly is the mitigation?
And
But
if it
I
taps,
could
it
understand
taps,
it
it
when I
taps.
see it.
If it taps, if it
Okay,
taps,
okay,
if it
okay, okay,
taps,
okay.
if it taps.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, if it taps your this thing, that's your rejection. So if I can
Okay,
see my rejection on my
okay.
breakout on that same time frame, no problem. No problem. The trade range is defined. No problem. You
Yeah.
don't need to go. You don't need to go you don't need to check out your secondary time frame unless you look for entries. No problem.
Okay,
And as well, what's
okay.
happening. Same thing happened with EuroJPY now. EuroJPY on the monthly time frame. It was one of the best templates you can follow. This was why I was busy trading EuroJPY last week. The last two weeks basically. Because I checked EuroJPY and I saw what I saw type 2 breakout following with the what overall order flow on the monthly time frame. This is Vanguard setup engulfing at that level, sweep targets, and the what a type 2 breakout. Now, if you go check the weekly, there also breakout on the weekly, but I'm following that monthly rejection plus breakout already. So the same thing I did on the JP225. That time frame takes a more importance. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I can see now that's completed the bias already.
Okay.
Any okay? Any more question?
Okay, thank you very much.
Does anybody have any more question?
Hello. Please can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, can you?
So it's the same question as the other guy asked about. You said mitigation. If it breaks out on 4 hour time frame, I don't have to go to lower time frame like 1 hour.
To confirm the trading range? Yes, you don't have to do that.
And then he gave the second option that if it mitigates on 4 hour and
Yeah, and you have the 1 hour breakouts. Yes, that's it. That's the
you can
trading
go.
range.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If you like.
I'm not on mute though. This guy, I'm not on mute though. Settle 10. I'm not on mute. Maybe you will. Mute from your end. I'm not mute. So I guess that's all, guys. Make I go rest. That's not lose today. Bye, guys. If you have any question, just send it to the group. Now I'll answer it safely. Thanks for joining, guys. Bye.